Hi, I'm Eric Cima, and I want to talk to you today about working remotely. So many of you have gone from the office to your home and are now working remotely. For some, this is brand new. For some, you've done it before. Well, what I want to do today is share with you some best practices that we found that have worked well in our office and our remote offices. And I'll share three things with you today. And that is physical environment, communication, and routines. There's certainly more best practices, and if this is helpful to you, let us know and we can share some more. But the first one, physical environment. This is setting up your home workspace for maximum efficiency for success, right? So at the office, I have 3 computer screens and I have a full keyboard and I have a mouse. If I go home with just my laptop and I have to use the trackpad instead of my mouse, I'm not going to be as efficient or effective as I would or as fast with what I'm used to. So I brought screens home so that I can utilize the extra real estate on the screens and make that work. So if you have the ability and the space at home, and I know everyone's home environment is different, if you have the space and that's something you're used to, bring home an additional screen. That'd be very helpful. Physical environment also relates to how you dress, right? A lot of people are doing Zoom meetings or some kind of video chat meeting. If you're doing those, make sure you're dressing appropriately for your audience. Even if you're not doing that, you're just working or you're on the phone, dress as if you would at work. It's part of the psyche, right? It keeps that professional mindset. But if you're on the phone, certainly make sure that you're doing things of that nature. Certainly make sure you're taking showers, you're combing your hair. And even though you can't, you're not close to somebody, brush your teeth, right? That's always a good thing. Next, number 2 is communications. The main thing here is to over-communicate, right? It's been said people have to hear something 7 times before it gets through. So if you text somebody, they don't respond, call them, email them, whatever the case is, but over-communicate. If you reach out to a client, don't hear back from them, call them and tell them that you sent them an email. Whatever the case is, just over-communicate. Make sure you're connecting with people that you are not connecting with. Just make sure you are connecting with them. Over-communicate. Can't stress that enough. Over-communicate. And number 3, the third one is routines. Stay in good routines. So if your routine was when you were going to the office that you get up and have breakfast, continue to do that. Get up at the same time. What you can do is you can replace certain routines. So if you had to commute for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the commute was, replace that commute with something else, something positive. You can read, you can meditate, exercise, whatever the case is, but you've got some time that you didn't have before, utilize it wisely. Socialization has been difficult with the social distancing or physical distancing. So if you had a routine that you would have lunch with certain people in the office, well, do a Zoom meeting and have lunch together that way. And I've done some Zoom breakfasts that have been really fun and really interesting. But you can use that routine. You can modify that routine, but still be with the people you enjoy being with, right? And make sure when you close your day at the end of the day that you're done, right? So lock your computer, close the screen. If it's a laptop, close it down, turn the screens off, whatever the case is. But be done. Just because your workstation is now front and center, could be in a bedroom, it could be in an extra room, it could be in your living room, your kitchen, wherever, doesn't mean you're there 24/7, right? Respect that as well. That if your normal routine was from this time to that time, stick to that, right? There's certainly flexibility, but stick to those routines and that'll help. Again, so 3 best practices in short: physical environment, communications, and routines. Use those and you'll have, I think that'll improve your experience from working remotely. Good luck with that and be well.